Hey, so I guess at the last video I kind of like got cut off because whatever, I don't even know why, but I was starting to finish telling you about my scabies. But honestly, since I made that video, it's been about a month, and let me just tell you that sometimes ignorance is bliss, okay? I don't know what happened, but somehow I turned into the scabies queen for weeks and weeks. Everybody within like a 15-mile radius somehow decided that they needed to be new patients and come to see me with their itch and their rash and whatever. So, since I made my last video, we're at 31 cases of scabies. And this is actually really bad. So I want you primary care people to really listen to what I'm saying. Because of every single one of those people, only one person told me that they had another family member that went to dermatology and was diagnosed with it. But that's after when she showed me her rash. I was like, I think you have scabies. That she was like, yeah, my dad was just diagnosed with that at the dermatologist, and I have an appointment next week, and I just so happen to have a new patient visit with you this week. So, I mean, like, I tell you what, I think that I could have overdosed myself on the friggin' permethrin cream because I used it so often because I was so afraid that I was going to get scabies. Not that it's a bad thing because listen, you get it when you're in the healthcare field, okay? And it just happens. But the way these cases were presenting, and I know that it's what it was. See, I'm itching now just talking about it because obviously the treatment worked. So several different, there was only one case that actually textbook presented to me of all those people. Only one. And everybody else had either been to urgent care or ER or dermatology or allergist or all of these people or multiple or several of those together and had been told that they had eczema or an allergic reaction to a wedding ring that they had been wearing for 14 years. And it just didn't make sense at all. So apparently I've become a neighborhood scabies expert because now anytime anyone has a rash, I end up having to go check them out. Now, I did pick up the other day. I was like, "Oh my God, if I have another rash, I'm gonna quit. I'm quitting. Like I couldn't take it. It was every week, several patients every week, and then you'd hear their entire families are infested. And then they've been telling me that they've been itching for months and months and months and months and months. Like a year and a half is the longest that I had somebody telling me that they were itching, and they were not getting the standard kind of, like what they say, oh, if it's in the webs of the finger, it would be on certain spots. However, it was kind of like coming and going in different spots, so people weren't putting it together. And of course, if you use, a prednisone cream, which is what someone's going to give you if they think that you have eczema or, some kind of atopic dermatitis, that's what they're going to give you. And the inflammation is going to go down. And it'll stop the itch for a little bit. However, it comes back with a vengeance, usually somewhere else. So I've seen so many different presentations to the fact, like people didn't get a rash at all, but they just had burning sensations in all your typical spots of of scabies, like the wrists, the fingers, the ankles, and the feet, in between the legs, the back of the neck, around the belt line, all the, classic telltale scabies places. It would be like burning there, but no rash. But like people that had allergies. So basically, that's what's happening when you have scabies. And I don't know if you know too much about scabies, but what's happening is an allergic reaction to the feces that the scabies leave in the skin. So what happens is male scabies stay on top of the skin, and female scabies will burrow into the skin and lay their eggs. Now, when they do that, a lot of times that's when you'll see like the track marks. However, people usually scratch them so much that you can't see like the typical, burrowing unless, it's fairly new. But anyway, you have to watch out because like a lot of times there was one case that came in the other day and it actually turned out to be bed bugs. So unfortunately I've gotten really good at distinguishing between the two. However, the treatment is basically the same. However, the people that have been itching for a year and a half or for 7 months or 10 months, because I had people that come in there telling me this, literally after 2 doses of the ivermectin and the perthamin cream, they're telling me like, holy crap, like I can't believe this, I haven't felt so good in so long. Some of the people with the longer history and they're more infested have had to have more aggressive treatment. However, update on the first family I was telling you about, they are totally cured. Finally, this took months and months, and they call scabies the 7-year itch for a reason. And I cannot tell you how important it is to tell them to keep taking, like Zyrtec or some kind of antihistamine to keep that allergic reaction kind of suppressed a little bit so the itch isn't so bad. But my first guy that I was telling you about, the one that kind of opened the doors to everything, him and his family are completely rid, finally, and they don't itch, and baby's skin is soft. He told me the other day, like when she was a newborn, and everyone is sleeping and everyone is happy, and it couldn't be better. So I've been having a lot of follow-ups from people that were diagnosed, and I can't tell you how much the people in the office hated me, the staff, because I'm like, it was funny because it got so bad that I had to make a checklist for like itch and rash. And it was like, if you came in the door and you said that that's what you were there for, because we take new patients now, kind of like walk in, and then they'll, we can treat them, for whatever, and then they establish care and they'll come back for a physical. But if they come in with that, I had a new paper and it was like asking like all the telltale signs of scabies. And even then, a lot of times it was missed because people like would misinterpret, like itching for burning or whatever. But it turns out like that would be what it was. So 31, it's a lot. I hope that I do not see another case of this for a long time. It was not all from the same area at all. They were from different towns. Most of the people, actually almost all the people, had not ever had contact with one another at all. So it just so happened to be like this crazy run of scabies. And I was like, look, I don't want someone to think that I'm biased. So I would go and get another nurse practitioner and be like, look at this and let's go through it and tell me if I'm nuts or tell me if this is scabies. So it just kept over and over. That's like what it kept being. So don't miss that diagnosis. God, don't put your patient through itching for months and months and months and months and months. Don't even question it. at all. Because eczema is like one of the number one diagnosed things for scabies. And God, just for one night of cream or 2 nights of cream, it is not worth putting that on the back burner as a diagnosis. I mean, order the frickin' cream. Because doing that has made a lot of people's lives a lot better. And all my follow-ups are coming back telling me, oh my God, thank you, you know. Not that I ever wanted this title, but I have it. So, anyway, don't miss scabies. Don't miss bed bugs. Also, a weird thing, which I didn't even know, like hot tub, I'll tell you about that later. But folliculitis, hot tub folliculitis, I got one of those that I was like, what in the world? I almost misdiagnosed them with something else. But it turned out to be, you know, one question that I didn't even think to ask. I had another nurse practitioner come in and look with me because I thought the guy might have bed bugs. And she just so happened to be like, do you have a hot tub? And he's like, yeah, we're like in the hot tub all the time. And I was like, oh, okay. So hot tub folliculitis is what it was. But anyway, which actually takes like quite a bit of treatment to get rid of. But anyway, just wanted to make sure that you don't miss stupid diagnosis like that, because so many people get burnout and into the repetition of just slapping a topical on it or giving, you know, oral prednisone and trying to just suppress it, and not looking further into it. And it just so happens that I had time to do like 150 hours of research on this because it was driving me insane. But hopefully that research will help you and you don't have to do it. But just remember, not everything is textbook, and you know, you can really improve a lot of people's lives. But girl, boy, whoever, treat yourself too, because I swear, I don't know if I ever got them, but I was rubbing that lotion on like every week because of the amount of contact I was coming into. So, I hope it helps. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.